and welcome to the New Year's special. Every time.
Is that fun?
In today's episode, we're gonna have a recap on all my 3 cars and everything that we've done and we have yet to do. So let's start with the Jimny. This is my 2003 Suzuki Jimny 1.3 twin cam. I bought this car, I think it was April this year. The reason why I bought this car, it was more like an excuse of my midlife crisis. I bought it for my 30th birthday, even though my birthday is in August. And to be honest, I always liked them. A lot of people liked them. I spoke with a couple of friends that they had or they'd driven them, and they said they were so much fun and very capable. Fun enough, this car now is used by my girlfriend. She takes it to work and takes it wherever she goes. To be honest, to this car I haven't done much. I've done a full service on it. I changed all the fluids, the 2 diffs, the gearbox, the transfer case, the engine, changed the coolant, and that was about it. Let's talk about the things that actually are wrong with the car and that we haven't replaced yet. Starting from the front, this car didn't come with fog lights, so I would like to install them since we got that bash bar or bulls bar or whatever you want to call it. They already got 2 holes there, so fit the fog lights right there. Second, we need an alignment since the car keeps on pulling to the right, and I think it's not only an alignment. I think the tire rod ends might be damaged or something like it, because I get a bit of a weird knock every now and then when you do a big turn, mostly to the right hand side. So we're gonna have to check on that. The passenger side mirror is wobbly because the plastic is broken and someone tried to put some sort of like silicone and stuff like that. But because they are electric, they cost almost 100 quid just for a second hand one. So, you know, that is something that maybe I can live with for a while. I believe as well we're gonna need at least 1 or 2 wheel bearings, since I do get a bit of a noise after 40 miles an hour. So we're gonna have to check that. The other thing that is a bit concerning is the clutch. The clutch is a bit too high, and it feels, to be honest, it's quite easy to drive, but it feels like there's no clutch, because that biting point, at least for me, I just can't really feel it. I mean, I'm not saying that it's easy to stall, but to be honest, I can't really feel it. It's very, very light. So we probably, at some point, we're gonna have to change that. Another thing that I don't know if I mentioned that I did was to fit the rear seats. We had to weld 2 studs, because as I mentioned on the video, I think it was the first video or the second video when I did the seats, someone cut the studs because they wanted to put some wood at the back, and I think they used to have the dogs there and it was a mess. So we had to do that. I did put one of the seat belts, as you can see, right there, and the other one is somewhere here on the floor. I need to fit that. I've been lacking a bit on this car, to be honest. And I think the last bit that we need for this one is going to be the rear wiper, as well it's been deleted or some bullshit like it. As I said, we haven't done much to this car, and we've been using it just as a regular car. We haven't taken it off-road yet. We haven't taken it to the beach as I wanted to do. If you don't know, if you're not from the UK, there's a beach on Wales that you can actually drive with the cars on it, and I really want to take this, even though it's a good 2-hour drive, probably even more on the Jimny. But yeah, we'll do that, and then maybe I do like a small short driving it through or something like it. I think this concludes all the things that are wrong, all the things that at least I know that are wrong at the minute. As I said, when we do check the suspension, we're gonna go through the whole car, so I'll make a video on how to check it, on how I check it. We're gonna need new tires as well at the front since they are quite perished, so that's another thing. But apart from that, the car has been running flawless. I bought it with 68,000, I think it is, and he only has now 70 after over 6 months. So as I said, we only been driving it around, we haven't been doing long journeys or nothing, and it's been absolutely amazing. He's so much fun to drive, he's so agile, so capable. I mean, if it's windy, you're gonna be all over the place, but he's so much fun to drive. All right, this is my 2010 Subaru Impreza RC. This was the second car I ever bought, and yes, it's an EJ204, so basically means it's NA and it doesn't have a turbo and blah blah blah. But I absolutely love this car. I mean, probably with every car I own, right? But I think if I don't really have to sell it, I would never sell it. Even if I have to just store it somewhere, so I will have to pay tax and insurance and all that, I will do that. We went to Scotland to do the NC 500. If you don't know what that is, it's basically North Coast 500 miles. It's a beautiful trip around the north of Scotland with beautiful scenery, very tight roads, but it's gorgeous. It's absolutely incredible. So we did that with this car in 2021. Last year we went to the south of France near Saint-Tropez with my girlfriend and her little one, and the car was quite packed and it was so good. We did so many things with it. So yeah, as I said, this car holds a special place in my heart. And now let's talk about everything that is wrong with it. Starting from the front, like we did with the Jimny, we need the oil cooler seals replaced, as usual, Subaru leaks. We need the rocker cover gaskets replaced as well, because I think the driver's side is leaking. We need the front brakes replacing because they are being warped. I mean, if you're doing 65 or 70 mile an hour and you have to put your foot on the brake, the steering wheel is all over the place. So that's another thing that we need to do. Another thing that I would like to do is check the PVC. If you go a Subaru, you will understand what I'm talking about. We have a bit of hesitation every now and then when you go in around 2000 RPM and you let it dive and you put your foot down, and it's like it's lacking on power. It's like if you had a turbo and that turbo lag acts the same way as this is doing it. I've been told it could be head gasket. I'm hoping it isn't. And in relation to that, one of the things that I want to replace is the fuel filter. Now the fuel filter in this car is an in-tank fuel filter, so it's going to be underneath the rear seats. I've spoken to a few people and they say that they don't replace it unless they do replace the fuel pump to upgrade it and stuff like that. But if you look at the Subaru manual, it says that every 60,000 miles you should replace it, and that's what we're going to do. I got the new seals and I got basically everything, hoping that that's going to solve the issue that we've got. Another thing that we have to have a look at is these heated seats. The passenger side does work fully, but the driver's side, it only works the back. The bottom bit of it doesn't work, and it stopped working a good, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. Another thing that I would like to replace, and I keep on forgetting, and to be honest, when I bought the car, I thought it was the first thing I was going to do. It was really annoying me, and to be honest, I completely forgot. And what it is, Jesus Christ, I'm going to pause in there. All it is that the seal on this door is broken. I think you can see on the video, but if not, I'll tell you, it's broken, it's damaged, and I never replaced it. Another bit that we have to repair, I did a quick repair a few months ago, but it doesn't seem like I did a good repair. So the exhaust is leaking just before the muffler at the back. So every now and then you can hear it like whistling. And funny enough, 2 weeks ago, I was on my way to work and I hit a pothole. I didn't see it. It sounded horrible. It sounded like the whole front strut was gonna come off and whatever. But luckily, the only damage that he did, it was the heat shield on the exhaust. Now at the back, it's just flopping about there, and every now and then it reminds you that you should do something about it. So that's something else that we have to put right, let's say. The thing that I never got around to do was the rear diff oil. It's something that I wanted to change, but as usual, this car I use it almost every day, so I completely forget sometimes that it needs to be on maintenance. And this takes us to the last thing that is wrong, at least at the moment with this car, which is the bumper bracket at the rear on the left hand side. I realized that it was damaged probably just 2 months into having the car, and I had the part probably sitting around now in my garage for 2.5 years. Another thing that you put away, you say you're gonna do, and you never do. I've been thinking a lot what to do with this car, and maybe if I can make it a bit faster, maybe with some bigger cams and stuff like that. I don't want a turbo, I want to sort of leave it as it is, sort of use it and have still the same spirit, if you get what I mean. What I want to do with this car, which is something that I never done before, is do some track days with it. So maybe next year we might be able to do 1 or 2, maybe more, depending how much they cost and depending on how well this car performs. Which, before we do that, I would like to do one upgrade to this car, which is the rear anti-roll bar. Subaru sells an OEM upgrade for it, which is not really that expensive, and it brings everything. It brings your drop links, it brings your bushers, it brings your thicker anti-roll bar, the brackets, everything. So when we get to do that, I'll make sure I'll do a video for you. Would you take us to the last car? Now, the last car is my baby. I'll explain you why in a minute. But before we can take it for a spin, we need to do something. Fit the battery. Now that the Forester is up and running, let me introduce to you my baby. This is a 2003 Subaru Forester XT. So basically it has the EJ205, which is a turbo. seen them on YouTube channels, I've seen them on festivals, and I love how they look. I love the fact that they're all-wheel drive and they're very capable. But to be honest, I never thought I was going to be as much as I am in love with this car when I bought it. To not make this too long, I bought this car on an auction on eBay. I paid around £1.5, I think it was, or something like that. And I've done tons and tons of things. I'm not going to list them all. I'm going to put the playlist just right up here so you can have a look if you want to. The things that we still got to do to this car are, if you get closer, you can see it right now, right there, we got the engine management light on. And that is because, for what I've been checking and testing, the alternator's not working properly, or not working, I think. In the beginning, I thought it was because I haven't driven the car for over 2 weeks or so, and I already have issues with this battery. I thought it was the battery. I did a test on it, I repair, and it's working fine. Until, as I said, I think it was what, 2-3 days ago, I tried to move the car and I had the engine management lights on, the battery. So I took it out, did the same thing, and now, even though the battery is fully charged, still giving me the issue. I wiped the code off and it's still the same thing. I put my multimeter between the two terminals on the battery and it's only giving me like 12 volts when the engine is running. So it's likely to be the alternator. Check the fuses and all of them are right. So that's something that we're going to have to look into it if we actually want to keep on driving this car.
Yippee-yi-yi!
The UJ joint on the zero, I got a clip, so I'll put it right now here. Keep going. Yeah, that'll do, Joe. Thank you. You can see at the bottom there's a bit of a play, so they are touching each other and they give me a bit of a knock every now and then when you steer, mostly at low speed. The two front calipers needs rebuilding since the dust cover that protects the cylinders are both damaged. So I've been wanting to do that for a while, but I keep on putting it off because it's not a job that I really want to do, but it's a job that I'm going to have to do. So another thing that we need to replace is the window regulator. I've replaced the motor not long ago, and I thought that was going to be it. I was reading in many forums and groups and stuff like that, and everyone says that they have the same issue. But I thought, I changed the window regulator, I changed the motor, and that's that. It's gonna work, it's fine, it's great. But yeah, I mean, it's winter, so I'm not really bothered about it. But now it doesn't even make a noise, it doesn't even attempt to go down. I'm definitely not gonna try now, since if that window goes down and doesn't go up anymore, we're gonna be fucked. So more to come on that. We're gonna do the whole assembly. We're gonna replace the motor, we're gonna replace the regulator, and I know sometimes you get troubles with the actual switch itself, with the actual button. Hopefully we don't, because that's quite expensive. If you want to buy a new, it's 190 quid, I think it is, and if you're gonna buy a second hand, it's still like 90 quid for a good one. So yeah, I don't want to change that. At some point I would like to get this car properly set up suspension wise. I know a place that can take it and they're gonna do a great job, but it's expensive, and before that I need to replace the trailing arm bushes. I've got them for probably 2-3 months now and I haven't done them, but that's a job we're gonna be doing early this year, and after that probably save some money and take it and get it set up properly so it feels a bit more sporty, if you like. As some of you know, we did the upgrade on the up pipe. So basically I got a Fuji Racing D-Cut up pipe, and with that we could get the car tuned and get a few more horsepower, a bit more torque maybe. But before that, what I would like to do is change the rest of the exhaust. I'm not trying to pursue 400 or 500 brake horsepower. I like to leave it somewhere in the 200s and something, since we take this car on road trips. Somehow keep it fuel economic if I can. And probably just cosmetic. Another thing that I would like to do is put some nice wheels and fit the rear spoiler. And to be honest, I think that would be it, at least for now. maybe a body kit at some point, but I'm a bit, I don't know, biased on those. Sometimes I think they look good, and some of the times I kind of like this sort of stock look. So we'll see. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It's been quite a challenging year, to be honest. I have learned a lot, but at the same time I had been a bit frustrated sometimes, as you do when things don't go your way. It's all a learning curve, and I'm just excited for what is to come, for the new things, for the new people we're going to be meeting, the new places we're going to be going. And I'm hoping I can take mostly this one on the Impreza to a couple of shows this year, maybe Jack Fest at Silverstone or Jack Fest at Donington or anything like that. We'll see. I'll let you know if any of you are interested. We can meet up there. You can tell me your story. Maybe I can put it on the YouTube video as well if you want me to. Let me know down in the comments what you think about my cars. What things will you do first? What things you wouldn't bother to do? Maybe any more ideas that you think that you should be doing, should replacing, should fixing, upgrading. This is gonna be all from me. I hope you had a very nice Christmas and a happy new year. And before we go, while you're watching this, we're gonna be celebrating New Year's somewhere else. We're not gonna be here in the UK. So if you like vlogs, if you like trips and meeting new places, new countries and stuff like that, stay tuned, because I will be posting that video probably mid-January, I reckon. So as usual, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for subscribing if you do, and I shall see you very shortly.